I'm pretty sure this one's going to get me in trouble, but you know what? I'm going to do it anyways. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I do videos every single day. Sometimes college football, sometimes college basketball. This is kind of a mix between the both of them. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. People don't realize video ideas come out of everywhere and out of nowhere. Yesterday, I went over to my parents' house. We had a little get-together because I live in South Carolina and some of my family lives in West Virginia, and they came down and we had a little family gathering. And we started talking about the interactions we've had with some fan bases. I got thinking, who were the top 5 worst fan bases that I've personally interacted in person and on YouTube and Facebook? And I came up with a list. Here we go. Number 5. This one might surprise you, might not surprise you. Iowa State. Yeah, Iowa State. I tell you what, they are a cranky fan base. Maybe being kicked around in the Big 12, getting close to success, but not really being there. I mean, they've had some great basketball teams. They had a pretty good year in football this year, but still couldn't win the Big 12. Well, the thing that really put them on this list was whenever I talked about the possibility of Matt Campbell departing Iowa State. Man, they got mad. They literally banned me and kicked me off their Facebook group because I'm a member of a lot of Facebook groups. I like talking to different fan bases. I talk crap. They talk crap to me. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. Well, that fan base did not like the fact of me even mentioning Matt Campbell could be leaving. I wasn't even talking trash. They just didn't like the fact that I was saying that their coach could leave them. Number 4 on the list, Ohio State. Now, I have a lot of good Ohio State subscribers. I hope they don't take this personally. But my personal interaction with Ohio State fans has not been pleasant. I mean, they do have the success to back up their arrogance. They're probably the fan base that likes to call me a hillbilly the most, which is fine. I'm used to it. I'm from West Virginia. I'm a West Virginia fan. I don't live in West Virginia, but I'm labeled a hillbilly. I get it. That's fine. But to Buckeye fans, I am the dumbest, stupidest, most moronic person there is. And I don't deserve to have a YouTube channel. Yeah, I've heard that before. By the way, this is the list as of now. They could fall out of the top 5 and somebody else could jump back in. But right now, Ohio State is number 4. Number 3 on the list, South Carolina. So I live in the upstate of South Carolina. Whenever I moved down here, I had no dog in the fight of Clemson versus South Carolina. I didn't come here with a Clemson flag a-waving or South Carolina. But man, whenever I came down here and figured out South Carolina fans are delirious, they will pick a fight with you at the drop of a hat. And my brother-in-law, bless his heart, he's a South Carolina fan. He's one of the good ones, so he knows I'm not talking about him. But he knows I'm right. They talk out of their head. They act like they've won national championships. They act like they've won their conference. And they've never done no such thing. But if you were to have a conversation with a South Carolina Gamecock fan, you would have thought that they were the winningest program in the history of sports. They are the most delusional fan base I have ever met. And they don't mind arguing about things that don't make sense, that aren't real. But they're going to argue. They're going to tell you you're wrong, even when you're right. Number 2 on this list, Texas fans. Man, are they babies. That's why they make the list. I mean, we got flagged for doing the horns down, and guess what that started? That literally started horns down merchandise. Because you were babies, now West Virginia fans create horns down merchandise. Now, I know a lot of good Texas fans. Don't get me wrong, I do. But man, just the fact that they're such babies, and now their ex-coach, Tom Herman, was so ridiculous and feeble-minded at times. I think that added to the fact and created this animosity that I have towards Texas. Now, Tom Herman is gone. Texas could fall down or out of the rankings, depending on the reaction that Texas fans give. But they have got to let go of the horns down thing. People are going to do it. And you don't complain when Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, all the rest did it. But the reason y'all got upset that West Virginia did it, and this is what y'all said, they're not family. I know we're new to the Big 12, well, relatively new, but we are in the Big 12, and it's been almost a decade now. So that really is just stirring the pot. Saying that teams that you have played forever, it's okay for them to disrespect you and throw the horns down. But whenever West Virginia does it, oh, no, throw the flags. They can't do that. They're not family. Family? What are you even talking about? I'm still trying to grasp that. But that's what they said. That's what they said. I actually have a tie for number one. The first one, you'll probably expect. Pitt. They are our rivals, and we talk crap to each other all the time. There's some nasty things that get said. You go to a football game, if you're a Pitt fan at a West Virginia game, or a West Virginia fan at a Pitt game, you're probably going to get something thrown at you. I've seen batteries thrown. I've seen pennies thrown, hats thrown, beers thrown a lot, nachos thrown. If it can be thrown, I've seen it thrown at a game. But that's just the rivalry. I mean, you kind of had to expect that Pitt was going to be up there at number one. I mean, they're our rival. I had to do it. But there's also a tie for number one. This is where I'm going to get in trouble, and I'll probably get disowned. But the worst fan base that I've ever had interactions with is my own West Virginia. Guys, if I don't say the exact right thing that y'all want to hear, nothing negative, even if it's true, I get the hammer down put on me. I mean, I am nothing. I am trash. I am not a West Virginia fan. I don't represent the fan base very well. You're making West Virginia look bad. Guys, I just speak what I see. If you don't like it, I understand. But that doesn't mean that it's not real. It's still real. Whenever I did my prediction video on the Texas game that happened yesterday, I predicted Texas was going to win in a close game. What happened? Texas won in a close game. I didn't enjoy predicting Texas was going to win. I didn't like predicting Texas was going to win. But that's the way I saw it. And that's the way it happened. West Virginia controlled that game way more than I thought they would. I thought Texas would control the game, and then West Virginia would come back and try to win it, but fall short. It was kind of the opposite. But still, Texas won. Our depth is hurting us right now with Sheway gone and Cottrell gone. But we will go into that. We got a game against Baylor coming up. I expect that to be a loss, but after that, we could go on a 5-game win streak. But my point is, if I'm not coddling or saying that West Virginia is awesome 24/7, then I'm not a true Mountaineer fan. And guess what? Out of all the fan bases, West Virginia is the toughest fan base for me to get subscribers from. My own fan base. The toughest fan base to get subscribers from. Why? Because I don't say exactly what they say, when they want me to say it, how they want me to say it. Well, guess what? I'm not changing. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I'm a Mountaineer through and through. I love my Mountaineers. I love my fellow Mountaineer fans. But as far as fan bases, man, they are very tough to deal with. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show, hopefully.